Which brings us to NVIDIA. Yes, we have to talk about it. For years, DLSS was the easiest sell in gaming. NVIDIA's AI upscaling did one thing and did it really well. It made games run better without forcing you to refinance your apartment for a new GPU. Sharper resolution, higher frame rates, frame generation for the truly compute-starved. Basically, free performance, which is exactly the kind of AI gamers love. Quiet, invisible, on their side. By DLSS 4.5, the tech was drawing roughly 23 of every 24 on-screen pixels through AI, and almost nobody was complaining. Then GTC 2026 happened, and the conversation changed. NVIDIA unveiled DLSS 5, and Jensen Huang billed it as the GPT moment for graphics. We'll come back to that quote. Jensen, my friend, you used it on the wrong product. Instead of just making games run faster, DLSS 5 layers in real-time neural rendering, features that can actively change how a game looks by reworking lighting, textures, materials, facial details, and entire scene aesthetics on the fly. The demos for Resident Evil Requiem and Hogwarts Legacy went viral, but not the way NVIDIA hoped. Leon Kennedy's face in the RE Requiem demo got memed into oblivion within hours. The internet called the new look a yassification filter. Critics said it looked plastic, uncanny, like someone had hit beautify on a survival horror game. When Tom's Hardware asked Jensen Huang about the backlash at GTC, his response was vintage Jensen. Gamers are completely wrong. I love Jensen. I am also confident he is not, in this case, fully reading the room. The backlash crystallized around one sentiment, and you've seen variants of it all over your feeds. I bought the developer's art, not NVIDIA's neural remix. That's the line. That's the whole argument in 9 words. Gamers will tolerate, even celebrate AI when it improves performance, expands creativity, or unlocks new gameplay. What they reject is AI being layered on top of the art they already paid for. There's a difference between a tool and a filter, and DLSS 5 wandered across that boundary. Here's the thing though, gamers are also famously practical. A lot of this outrage would evaporate overnight if NVIDIA simply handed over the keys to Cosmos, its World Foundation model platform built for physical AI and simulation. Suddenly the question shifts from, why are you airbrushing my game, to, wait, you're telling me I can build my own AI-powered worlds, train my own agents, simulate physics, and basically play God inside my GPU? Funny how quickly artistic integrity becomes negotiable when developers and players get access to better toys. So the unofficial internet position has settled, in true internet fashion, somewhere around, we're mad, but all is forgiven if you let us use Cosmos to build the future ourselves. And here's why gamers specifically will recognize what Cosmos actually is. We've been training for this. Quietly. Voluntarily. While our parents told us to go outside. We learned to read enemy animations the way operators will need to read robot behavior. We learned to identify exploits the way red teamers identify model failures. We learned to commit to a strategy, fail, debrief, and re-engage, which is, not coincidentally, the entire training loop of every modern AI system that matters. The skill that's going to define the next 10 years isn't coding, and it isn't prompting. It's intuition for systems. Spotting the tell before the attack lands. Adapting on attempt 47 because attempts 1 through 46 told you everything you needed to know about the geometry of the room. So yeah, when the robot revolt eventually happens, don't be surprised when the resistance is led by some guy with carpal tunnel and a strong opinion about frame rates. Jensen, this is your ChatGPT moment. For years, NVIDIA has been the picks and shovels company of the AI gold rush. Everyone building anything serious has been paying rent to Jensen. The GPUs power the labs train the models reshape industries, and NVIDIA collects a toll at every layer. It's been an incredible run, one of the great business stories of the decade. But Cosmos is different. Cosmos isn't a chip. Cosmos is a platform. It's the moment NVIDIA stops being the infrastructure behind the revolution and starts being the surface people build on. and the timing here is almost too perfect.
Man, the graphics on this game look great. I love the art direction. I love the uniqueness. I love the identity. The graphics look great, but do you know what would make it better? No. What? Some AI slop. Wait, what? No, I don't want that at all.
The DLSS 5 backlash isn't a rejection of AI. It's a really clear signal of where gamers want control. They don't want AI imposed on what they bought. They want AI handed to them so they can make their own stuff. Developers, modders, creators, indie studios, roboticists, AI researchers. None of them are asking for higher frame rates anymore. They want the tools to build worlds, train agents, simulate physics, prototype intelligence itself. Right now, most people know NVIDIA as the company that sells the GPU. Cosmos could be the moment they start seeing NVIDIA as the operating system for simulated reality. That's a much bigger story than DLSS could ever be. The play isn't make games prettier. The play is democratize world models. Give developers and power users access to Cosmos, and NVIDIA stops being a hardware vendor enhancing pre-rendered worlds. It becomes the company enabling everyone else to generate, simulate, and train inside entirely new ones. ChatGPT made AI tangible for the masses by turning a complex research breakthrough into something a regular person could actually touch and use. Cosmos could do exactly the same thing for simulation, physical AI, and world modeling. The shift is right there in how the question changes. Old question: can my GPU run this? New question: what worlds can I build with this? That's when you stop shipping hardware upgrades and start shipping a platform shift. And once a company makes that jump, Apple in 2007, OpenAI in 2022, the next decade tends to belong to them. Jensen, the door is open, the gamers are watching, and the GPT moment you're looking for isn't the one you announced. As for me, I'm going back into Wukong. There are more bosses. I just beat Yellowbone, the Chapter 3 boss, and on my way to the Chapter 4 bosses.